Hi there, everyone. My name is Emma Ginder, and I am a principal here in our school district. I am here tonight to discuss our policies on religion. So, first of all, you may be asking yourself, why is this discussion necessary? Well, there have been some recent changes and discussion in society that allows for a great opportunity to discuss this particular topic, take a look at it from a different lens, and see where our district is at with it. So I first looked at the Pew Report and some keynotes that I pulled from it. So there's two sides of these feelings. Some people believe that by not allowing religion in public schools, it infringes on the First Amendment right to free exercise of religion. And then those on the other end voice concern that conservative Christians and others are trying to impose their values on students. When a survey was given to some public school students, 4 in 10 public school students have seen prayer taking place before a sporting event, and 53% say they often or sometimes see other students wearing jewelry or clothing with religious symbols on them. Continuing that report, there is a religious expression in public school guidelines with 4 different keynotes, a part of them. The first one is students acting on their own have the same right to engage in religious activity and discussion as they do to engage in comparable secular activities. Students are more than welcome to offer a prayer or a blessing before meals in school. They can assemble on school grounds for religious purposes to the same extent as other students who wish to express their personal views or assemble with others. I know that our school district does have See You at the Pole, which is an activity that takes place in the fall where religious students are able to gather before school outside of the flagpoles at their buildings and join each other in prayer. Students may not engage in religious harassment of others or compel other students to participate in religious expression, and schools may control aggressive and unwanted proselytizing. And the last one, schools may neither favor nor disfavor students or groups on the basis of their religious identities, which, of course, you can't discriminate anyone based on their religion, sex, gender, sexual preference, things like those. Then I went ahead and looked at the U.S. Department of Education and what they have to say about religion in public school. So teachers and other public school officials acting in their official capacities may not lead their classes in prayer, devotional readings from the Bible, or other religious activities. Nothing in the Constitution prohibits any public school student from voluntarily praying at any time before, during, or after the school day. So our students are more than welcome for lunch or before a test or one of those things. They are more than welcome to pray if they feel necessary. Students may pray with fellow students during the school day on the same terms and conditions that they may engage in other conversation or speech. So they are able to talk with other students. It's not like it's a big red X and it can't even be brought up. They can have those discussions. And they may also speak to and attempt to persuade their peers about religious topics, just as they do with regard to political topics. So again, it's not like there's this big no religion discussion allowed type thing. It is allowed, but again, teachers and staff can't lead classes in prayer or do devotional readings. And then President Trump recently, in January of this year, came out with his feelings towards religion in public schools. And he defends prayer in school, and he's actually warned some school administrators that they are risking losing federal funds if they violate their students' right to religious expression. Although he feels that religion in public schools should be allowed, he didn't propose any changes to existing laws that exist, but he just really wants students to feel empowered and teachers to feel empowered and remind them to exercise their rights. The administration, they also plan to streamline and mandate a federal complaint process that students can use to alert authorities when they've been discriminated against. Our district actually has something similar that I'll get to on our next slide. So looking at our school district's policy. So in our policy handbook, it says students and staff should be tolerant of each other's religious views. Teachers may teach about religion, religious literature, and history, but they are prohibited about promoting, expounding upon, criticizing, or ridiculing a religion. Holidays which have a religious and a secular basis may be observed. I know so many of our teachers do, holidays around the world, or in that December month, they teach about not only Christmas, but they're sure to draw in other religious holidays from different backgrounds of their students, which I think is a great learning experience for all. And we do have a complaint of discrimination form available for staff and students to fill out if necessary. Here to the right is that form. Again, we can't discriminate on race, sex, age, color, sexual harassment, disability, religion, racial harassment, national origin. So you can fill that out, mark what they were harassing you on, and the district will take care of that for you. So are there any questions? I know that's a lot of information, but I'd love to open this up to discussion for all of us and get everyone's thoughts on religion in public school and our policy and what they're feeling towards it.